Okay, so how did you do? Let's take a look and see. You have a cubic. A cubic has a degree of 3. But if you notice, it's crossing at 0. And it's bouncing off -2. When you see a bounce, that indicates that you've got a squared term. So the first thing we have to do is write our answers. So I've got x equals -2 and x equals 0. But because this bounces, when I change this to x plus 2, it's got to be squared. Don't forget the parentheses. And then because this is 0, we just literally write an x, but the x is going to be out in the front. So we will have y equals a x parentheses x plus 2 quantity squared. Then we have to check and see what kind of a we have. Go to the end. It's pointing down. That means a is negative. So we're going to put a negative on the a, and we're ready to plug in. Now the point that they ask us to plug in is 1, -3. So everywhere I see a y, I'm going to put a -3. And everywhere I see an x, I'm going to put a 1. Let's see what this does. 1 plus 2 is 3. Oops, that should be a 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 squared is 9. 9 times 1 is 9, and 9 times -a is -9a. So 3 squared is 9 times 1 times -a. Solving for a, divide both sides by -9. A negative over negative is a positive, and 3/9 is going to reduce to 1/3. So this right here is going to go into just the a position. And we have to write our final answer. Y equals -1/3 x parentheses x plus 2 quantity squared. There's your final answer for the first one. Let's go to the second one. It's a quartic. Looks like a quartic. It's got 4 spots. Or does it? It's crossing at 2, crossing at 1, a bounce at -1, a bounce. So when I go to write this, don't forget the squared, because a bounce means that there's got to be a double root. I've got x equals 1 and x equals 2. So this is going to come out as x minus 1. This is going to come out as x minus 2. Now I got to look for my a. Go to the end. It's pointing down. When the a points down, that means that a is negative. So it should be a negative. Here's my general form. But I have a point, so I'm going to plug it in. My x is 0, and my y is -3. So I'm going to put 0 in everywhere I see an x, and -3 everywhere I see a y. That looks pretty easy. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 squared is 1. 0 minus 1 is -1. 0 minus 2 is -2 times -a. Negative times negative is positive, times 1 is 2, times negative is -2. Get a by itself by dividing both sides by -2. A negative over negative is positive. 3 over 2 stays. And this is what's going to walk over and end up right here in that a position. So all we have to do is a finale. Y equals -3 over 2, parentheses, x plus 1 squared, x minus 1, and x minus 2. Boom. It's time for you guys to start your homework. Good luck, check your answers, and contact us if you have any questions.